everybody, welcome back to Kiki Loves Nigeria. On this episode of Kiki Loves Nigeria, I want to correct some things that were in that previous video about the 20 plus dogs at Blakkk Acres. Well, in the beginning of that video, when I were telling you about the 2 Americans who were charged with involuntary manslaughter, that case did not take place in the Gambia. That case actually took place in San Francisco. So after I release the video, I always do further research to make sure my sources are accurate or to make sure there isn't any updated information. So while doing that, I decided I was going to check the names to make sure, because something inside of me was saying this does not sound right. Because if 2 Americans were charged criminally in the Gambia, it would be all over the news, especially if these 2 dogs had killed someone. And then the last names made me think that these were white Americans. And I'm thinking, no, in 2002, white Americans are not in the Gambia. So, like I said, I did some further research after the video was released, and I found that case actually took place in San Francisco and not in the Gambia. Revoke that part and start over with the new video, and that's just what I did. I got the request to do this story about Blakkk Acres dogs and the danger that they are to the community because they are untrained and they're basically a vicious wild pack of dogs that would I do a video about that? And I was like, yeah, I certainly will, because I feel like Blakkk Acres dogs are going to be a menace to that community and that they are a danger to that community. Because I'm just going to be frank with you people. Dogs will get out. Dogs are going to get out. It's just the way they are. And especially that breed. They're going to get out. That breed will dig. They will do whatever to get away and get out and explore, because they already got this big land that they're running around with no supervision. And all they're doing now is wanting more and more and more. All right, so they're going to get out because that's just what animals do. That's just what dogs do. If they get out and start running down that street, what's next to them, y'all? Not only are the animals, the cows next to them, what's next to them? Housing. People's houses. There are people who live out there. There are villagers who live out there. There is a community who lives out there. Remember? That was village communal farmland. Remember that? So there's villages close to there. Remember the ladies when they first started having workers, how the ladies used to walk up there? Now just imagine ladies walking, and you know how in the village people walk back and forth, and those dogs are out. This is just really unbelievable. So, when I got the message from this one of the repack community members, and we were talking about that, I said, I think I'm going to do a story about that. So I started to investigate, y'all, and I started to research to see had there been any pit bull mauling deaths in the Gambia, because we have them here all the time. But I was wondering, do they go on in the Gambia? And you would not believe what I found. So this is the first story that I found. The first story takes place April 22nd of 2002 in Banjul. The hospital in Banjul, named Royal Victoria Hospital, noticed that there had been a rising number of dog bites amongst the urban residents in Banjul. The victims, they say, were being attacked by dogs that were stray dogs, and they were causing serious health concerns and health risks in the Gambia because they are biting people, and these dogs are chronically diseased and demented. It was reported that there is one dog found in every street or in every 2 compounds within the greater Banjul area. So as you can see, there is already a problem with stray dogs in the area. There's already a problem with dogs biting people in the area. So why would Blakkk Acres take 20 plus dogs to Seafold region when they know there's no way they can possibly control these animals? So let us continue. Let's go on to the next story. December of that same year, December 30th, there was another story that appeared in all of Africa. And in this story, it was reported that 5 children, all of them who lived in an area called Old Jeshua, the 5 children are among 7 who were bitten that same day by the same dog, which has mysteriously disappeared from the scene, leaving 2 of its victims in critical condition. Now, you all, I had no idea that the dogs were an issue in the Gambia. I noticed when I went to the Gambia that there were a lot of dogs just laying around everywhere, but I thought these dogs were harmless. The only time that I encountered a dog that was vicious was when I went to Blakkk Acres. Because actually, I almost got bit by one of their dogs. Their dogs are very vicious because I went on to the property and I was approaching Rusty Rick, okay? The dog didn't know me and I just came out of nowhere. So the dog just popped out of nowhere and just started, barking, like coming towards me. But they told the dog, I was okay and to sit down. This dog looked like it just wanted to just tear me apart. But being firsthand experience with those dogs out at Blakkk Acres, I would say yes, those dogs are very vicious. And if Rick and Cynthia are not around to control them, man, it's all over for you or whoever it is. Animal, child, person, those dogs don't care. So I would say, yeah, with those dogs, anybody is at risk. This case is a really, really sad and shocking case because this dog killing involves President Barrow's son. Yes, you guys heard me. President Barrow's son was attacked and killed by a brindle pit bull. Yeah. So let me tell y'all this story. He was 8 years old when this happened, and he was over to his auntie's house. Okay, and they were all, together, and they were sitting out, and it was while his dad was in synagogue. Because remember when President Barrow won the election, he couldn't come to the Gambia because there was a lot of political unrest in the Gambia because of Yahya Jammeh and everything that was going on with him leaving the Gambia. So for the safety of President Barrow, they kept him in synagogue, but his family, they remained in the Gambia. So the family was staying at President Barrow's family's house, his sister's house in Fajara. Okay, everybody knows what Fajara is. So they were staying in Fajara, and people have, like Blakkk Acres, they have dogs for protection. So this dog was one of the dogs that was there to protect the family from intruders. So for some reason, no one knows why, this brindle pit bull decided one day he was going to attack President Barrow's youngest son. He attacked the youngest son. He mauled him to death. He mauled him. And in the process of mauling him, which is biting him and attacking him, the little boy hit his head. So it was a combination of the being attacked by the dog and sustaining this head injury from the fall after being attacked that caused this little boy, President Barrow's youngest son's death. Now, The aunt was so distraught because she said these dogs had never acted like that. They had never behaved like that. So she did not feel like the community would be safe. If this dog did this, she felt like the community would not be safe if this dog remained alive. So she had this dog put to sleep because she didn't trust the dog. So the people in the community, they were saying, for the people in the Gambia who tell us when we're talking about witchcraft in the Gambia, who say it's non-existent, here we are again with someone saying that it is, because people are saying that that's what happened to the dog. That witchcraft was used on the dog to make him change and make him attack the little boy and, be the cause of his passing. So that's the story, and that's, really unfortunate. When I saw that story, I just could not believe it. I just could not believe that President Barrow's baby boy had passed away from being attacked by a dog, and that Blakkk Acres is so recklessly running around the Gambia C4 region with 20 plus dogs that have no training, that are just running wild, they don't even have a good security fence to keep these dogs in. Now just imagine, in a country where the president's son, baby boy, was killed. His cause of death was contributed to being attacked by a brindle pit bull. Blakkk Acres of the Gambia so recklessly has 20 plus dogs living, untrained dogs, untrained, uncleaned, unsafe dogs living on a property in C4 region where they can easily get out and attack the people in that region. And if you don't believe they're vicious, if you think I'm just saying that, in this next clip, I'm going to let you hear for yourself how Cynthia describes her dogs in the Gambia. And remember, these are the same dogs that bit and attacked her. But unlike President Barrow's sister, who had that dog put to sleep, Cynthia kept that dog. And she's hoping that that dog won't bite her again.
My pit bulls are mad at me because we have to put them in during the day. So they're in here because the other dogs that had babies are in the other room in the doghouse back there. So you're not mad at us, are you? We're going to let y'all out as soon as the workers leave today. Where's Huncho? Hey, there he is right there. Hello, little bad boys. Hey there. Yes. Huncho. You said, why the other dogs get to roam and we are not roaming, huh? Because you know you're mean, Hershey. I promise you, as soon as these workers leave, you're going to come out. As long as you don't bite me for putting you in here. You want to be out there and running by that gate, don't you? He still loves you guys, but y'all are vicious. You might hurt somebody. We can't allow it. He still loves you guys, but y'all are vicious. You might hurt somebody. We can't allow it.
So you heard it out of Cynthia's mouth, just like I did. She said, you're vicious, so you have to wait until the workers go home, and then we'll let you out. That's the part I don't understand. If they're vicious, why don't you keep them where they are, in the chicken house where you never put chickens? Why are you letting them out after the workers leave to roam around 20 plus acres of land unrestricted? Why are you doing that? Nobody's watching them. And you said yourself, as soon as they hear a noise, they start barking and they go to that noise. So you know that they're ready to attack anything and anyone that they see on spot, on point. But yet and still, you let them roam around this land, this communal land that you're leasing. You let them roam around to destroy whoever they run across. I'm telling y'all, This is a disaster waiting, just waiting to happen. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Drop y'all comments. Do y'all think this is a disaster waiting to happen? And this is not a case of if it's going to happen, but when it's going to happen. What do y'all think? All right, y'all drop y'all comments. And as always, I'll talk to y'all later.